Look at that timing. Hopping in a draft, ready right when I get on. Fourth pick. What's going on, everybody? Wednesday night? Is it Tuesday night? I don't even know what day it is. Tuesday night. Tomorrow night's Wednesday. The Chaz will be on doing the Dynasty Diner. For now, I'm going to hop in a draft or two, depending on how the night goes. Had two awesome drafts last night. Probably my best two consecutive I've had. One on Draftkings and one on Underdog. We do another one tonight. It will be on Underdog. I am almost full on my Underdog, the one tournament, the $3 tournament. I don't like to do too many $10 tournaments this time of year, but I think I have four more I can do, and it's still only half full. So hopefully that fills up and they have a new tournament dropping here in April. I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, fourth pick. Can't go wrong there. It's a pretty nice spot. This is PPR as well, so you just want to be top 5 or you want to be like 11 or 12. So most likely going to get either Jamar Chase or Puka. Fine with that. Maybe something weird will happen. I'll get Gibbs. So there is some news that dropped today. Brian Robinson Jr. has moved from the 49ers to the Falcons. So not that, fantasy's hard enough. Now we have both running backs on the Falcons are B. Robinson. So you can take that as you will. It's kind of weird. I think there might be some dumbasses that will take Brian Robinson Jr. instead of Bijan Robinson. You shouldn't do that, but I actually had a buddy back in the day that took Adrian Peterson, the other Adrian Peterson. Remember how there was two Adrian Petersons? And first overall, he took the wrong Adrian Peterson. He searched for his name instead of looking at best available players. And it was an online draft, right? We were at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we couldn't pause the draft. We couldn't go back on it because the commissioner was not at Buffalo Wild Wings. So he got stuck with the backup Adrian Peterson. I believe he had a stutter. But, so hopefully no one does that. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of dynasty managers tonight trying to swindle some people for Brian Robinson Jr. And playing it off like it's Bijan Robinson. And you know what? If you're dumb enough to accept that trade, then you deserve your fate and getting a backup running back. What does this mean for Bijan Robinson? I don't think much changes. If you had him at number 1, you keep him at number 1. If you had Gibbs at number 1, I think you still have Gibbs at number 1. I think the way I'm going to rank it, that I'm going to have Bijan Robinson is my number 1 player in PPR because he's set for more like 70 or 80 catches. And I'm going to have Jahmyr Gibbs in half PPR as number 1 because, believe it or not, that man scores some of the most touchdowns in the NFL. And Bijan, I don't know if Bijan even has a 10-touchdown year. Maybe he had 10 last year. But Jahmyr Gibbs scores 12-plus touchdowns every year. 39 rushing touchdowns in 3 years. That's 13 a year on average. So I'm a Gibbs guy personally. I am on the clock. We're getting Jamar Chase with the 4th pick. Pretty happy about that. That is my number 1 wide receiver. So we like that. We'll get to the board here. Take a little gander. 4-digit IQ. Look at this guy. Let's see how good his team is. That's a bold statement, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. My thing is, I feel like Bijan's more likely to get goal line carries with Algier gone, but Brian Robinson is still a pretty good. Wow, Justin Jefferson at 6. Brian Robinson Jr. is still a pretty good goal line back. Now, Tyler Algier, by the metrics and numbers, was actually a better goal line back than Bijan the last couple of years. Brian Robinson Jr. is not as good as Bijan at the goal line, so they should just keep him on the field. I guess we'll see. If it stays status quo, I expect one of these teams. I know Mouth has been saying for about a month now that Jadarian Price is going to go to the Lions. And that would change things because I'm not worried about Isaiah Pacheco, but I would be worried about a second-round rookie coming in there. Not so much worried about Gibbs being elite, but I wouldn't take Gibbs. I would not then take Gibbs over Bijan. St. Brown at 11, CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor at 9. Genty went ahead of Jonathan Taylor. Justin Jefferson went ahead of Christian McCaffrey. So got some reachies going on here. A little reachy reach. I don't mind that. Reach around. I don't care. Let me get my guys. Maybe I can get Brock Bowers in the second round. Not in to take an early tight end, but I will take a guy like Brock Bowers. There goes Hampton. James Cook Hampton on the turn. So I've been seeing Josh Allen sometimes go in the mid-second round, which is just a sin in best ball. I don't think I'll have a single Josh Allen share. I'll probably do 500 of these fuckers by the end of best ball season. I will not have a single share of Josh Allen. I don't know, Dakota. Do you have your notifications on? Because that's a key. Maybe you turned them off because I'm annoying. Who knows? Up in 2 picks. There goes Saquon. There goes Jeremiah Love. A lot of running backs off the board. Up in 2 picks. We would love this Malik Neighbors selection. Also, Chase Brown, Brock Bowers. Too early for Bowers. Come on, give me Neighbors, bro. Give me Neighbors, bro. No! Damn it. Oh, I guess we're going to take Chase Brown and have a Bengals team. Really don't want to do it. Fuck it. I'm just going to go with receivers here. I'm going to take George Pickens. I'm not a big Chase Brown guy this year. No worries, Dakota. I was a little early tonight. 5 minutes early. Man, I really wanted Malik Neighbors at 21. That would have been sick. All good in the hood, man. All right. So let me get my charger plugged in here so my computer doesn't die. What are your guys' thoughts on Chase Brown this year? I'm a little worried that they're going to draft somebody. I know they need a lot of defensive help, but nobody's in this draft, Dakota. It's just me. So no one's hopefully going to snipe my players from me. A little worried that they bring in a bigger back, you know, and we even saw Samaje Perine take a decent amount of work from Chase Brown when he was healthy. And like if they bring in a Jadarian Price or a Jonah Coleman, I don't think they'll be in the Mike Washington sweepstakes, but he might lose some work. I like Chase Brown, you know, but he has to live on volume because he just doesn't score the touchdowns. They don't run the ball in the red zone. They definitely don't run the ball in the goal line. He's not really a great goal line back. He's pretty tiny. All right. Up in 1 pick. Travis Etienne would have been my pick. But we're going to go ahead and take Nico Collins. 3 wide receivers start here. I'm not a fan of the Pickens pick, but I do like. I was going to take Nico over Pickens, so it ended up working out. We'll see. I got to make up running back here. Let's see. I'd rather go 3 receivers than 3 running backs, though. So let's see if there's any dumb teams here. There goes Josh Allen. That's good value at 30. Javonte Williams at 31. Not very good value. They do, Etzer, but you know, the Bengals are also a pretty stupid franchise. So would it surprise you if they did something like, you know, take a 3rd round running back? And this running back class is not strong, but it's pretty deep. There's not a big difference from running back 3. You can even tell me running back 2 to running back 8. Rashee Rice at 33. I'm feeling like he's a value in these drafts because it's a risk reward, because if they don't draft a receiver with their first 3 picks, they have 2 first rounders and they have a 3rd rounder. If they don't take a receiver in those first 3 picks and he doesn't get suspended and Mahomes is healthy, it's a lot of ifs. Rashee Rice should be a top 15 pick in these drafts. And also, yeah, good call. Because Brown is in the final year of his rookie deal. I pegged them for running back in the ground, into the ground. Oh yeah, running him into the ground because he's a 6th round pick. Agreed. And they have done that when they haven't had a backup, you know, for him with their backups hurt, but they should, because the draft capital is not there. I doubt they're going to pay him. Because if he has a good year, they're not going to pay him. There goes Garrett Wilson at the 39th pick. That is a lovely pick. Ibuka ahead of Garrett Wilson. What do you guys think about Garrett Wilson? Am I the highest in the world on Garrett Wilson? Because I think I am. Colson Loveland at 40. There goes Devontae Adams. DJ Moore up in 1 pick here. Man, I don't love any of these guys. Let's see the board. Do these guys have running backs? Okay. 2, they all have 2 running backs. So I'm going to wait at running back. I'm going to go ahead and take Zay Flowers here. And then that's 4 straight for me. Now I can get a running back with my next pick. I mean, I doubt these guys are going to take a 3rd running back. Maybe one of them will take a 3rd running back, but there is no reason to take a 3rd running back. The first pick doesn't even have a wide receiver yet. That's the issue. You can't go running back Bowers. That's silly. All righty. Don't take any running backs. I want either I want Judkins or Montgomery. Those are my 2 targets here. Although I have Nico Collins, do I really want to go all in on the Texans offense? Probably not. So I am the fourth pick, guys. If you're just tuning in, Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Nico Collins, and Zay Flowers. This is in DraftKings full PPR best ball. There goes Jalen Waddle at 48. So here we go. I said no one's going to take a running back before I got back to me. I think that should be the case. Don't take a third running back, you clown. Don't do it. Really love to get Judkins here. We've heard some pretty good reports about Judkins' recovery, so they expect him to be ready for OTAs, which is and the motherfucker takes Quinshon Judkins. Dude, what are you doing? Okay, I guess we're going to have to take David Montgomery. Got ourselves a Texans team, which is not an offense I really want to invest in. Yeah, the concern with Garrett Wilson is touchdowns. But in PPR, if you're playing a lot of PPR leagues, touchdowns don't matter as much. That's what I do like about PPR. Touchdowns are so random. I feel like 100 catches is not that hard to do in this day and age. He's going to get all the work. They're going to be losing every fucking game. So Terry McLaurin at 54, that's a great pick. Man, I would have probably liked to go Judkins and then McLaurin instead of Flowers and Montgomery. Food for thought there. I could have taken Terry McLaurin and then really punted running back. But I don't like to do that because then I have to pass up on wide receiver value later. What sucks is if you go heavy, 3 running backs in a row to start or 4 wide receivers in a row to start, you can't really take a wide receiver in the 6th or 7th round because now you're hamstrung by – there's no point in taking that position for at least like 4 rounds. Marvin Harrison at 56. Look at that. This guy loves Marvin Harrison. He loves him. All right. A lot of quarterbacks are still available, guys.
Did you know that textile polymers are so thin nowadays that someone could be wearing an adult diaper and no one would even know it? It's amazing. A person, anyone, could be talking to you and relieving
you wearing a diaper?
I'm just saying, the technology has come so far.
Is it full?
Awkward silence. There we go. Parker Washington at pick 60, man. The love for Parker Washington. I don't hate it. Just a crowded room and a guy that is showed out last year, showed out his rookie year as well, but I don't think he's that special. As a guy that's a big Parker Washington fan, am I going to take him one pick after Roma Dunze? No. Definitely not. Apparently people are doing that, though. I'm taking Marv over McLaurin. I'm bailing on Terry before the bottom falls out. Are you saying the bottom falling out on Washington? Because their situation is rough right now, but he's all they have, man. Like, Chikakonkwo's fine. If that's the second best pass catcher there, and they don't really have Rachaad White's a fine pass catcher as a running back, but they don't really have shit in terms of pass catchers. Tyler Warren. So we got to start looking at possible quarterbacks. Dude, if Joe Burrow's available, sign me fucking up. Sign me up. Although we do want one of these guys. And there goes Joe Burrow. Fuck me. Fuck me.
That kid is back on the escalator again. Remarkable. That's criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again.
Leave it alone.
What?
Oh, I really wanted Joe Burrow. Guy took an unstacked Joe Burrow. Good pick. And there goes Brian Thomas. I was going to take him. Fuck me. Fuck me. From blue to green, right now I feel like Trey McBride is the best asset for fantasy, considering it's like having a wide receiver at the 10-end position. Last year, I would agree with you. Let's see who's available here. We're going to take RJ Harvey. That's fine. That is fine. They just talked him up yesterday. I have Brock Bowers ahead of Trey McBride. So I would take Brock Bowers over Trey McBride right now. So I do like Trey McBride. It's just last year is not sustainable. You know what I mean? The targets, the volume, the touchdowns are pretty high too. I don't believe in it. He's fine. He's good. It's just the problem is he's going 8 picks, 7 picks ahead of Brock Bowers. And I'm just telling you, I would rather take Brock Bowers over Trey McBride. Last year, I was flip-flopped. Last year, I took Trey McBride over Brock Bowers and had him ranked like that. So Brock Bowers is a better talent, and I feel like the Mendoza, if they don't add they're not going to add a elite receiver. I don't think they're going to go Omar Cooper. If they go into the season with Trey Tucker and, you know, Jalen Naylor, like, what are we talking about? Like, it's going to be Brock Bowers with that 140 target season. And with the talent he possesses, which is, sorry to say it, far superior to Trey McBride. I love Trey McBride, but Brock Bowers is different. He's built differently. Let's just take a look at Brock Bowers. For the only healthy game he played last year, it was 2.5 quarters of football, week 1, and he had like 7 catches for 90 yards. And then he got hurt and then played the rest of the year through injury. So, and that was also just a piss poor situation too. I did not really look at the accusations. I saw what you sent in the Discord. Jaden Daniels is available. Tucker Kraft's available. We're going to take Jaden Daniels. Let's go. So here's the team so far. Daniels, David Montgomery, RJ Harvey, Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Nico Collins, and Zay Flowers. I feel like that was pretty good value on Jaden Daniels. He went, I got him after Caleb, Jalen Hurts, and Justin Herbert. That's the thing I said in the Discord, Hetzer, is after the Trevor Bauer situation, I don't really look too much into these allegations, especially if they're not like domestic allegations. Like, those are stuff the league takes very seriously. Stuff like this, which is the craziest thing about Trevor Bauer, is like, they didn't even give it any time to legislate. They just said, fuck it. Trevor Bauer's accused of these things. We're going to fucking suspend his ass. Wild stuff. He's just so consistent. And outside of last year, he never misses games. Like, he missed the games last year because they did him dirty. He wasn't ready to start the season with that hold in. So I love Terry McLaurin, man. It's just the target share, the talent, he's got great chemistry with Jaden Daniels, especially with the deep ball stuff. And like where he's going, right? If he was going in the 3rd round, I'm out. He's going in the 5th round. I could see that because Puka is going to make a lot of money, boys. Like, if we thought JSN made a lot, Puka's been so much more productive over an extended period of time than JSN. They're both only 24 years old, too. Well, this is DraftKings. If I do another one after this, it'll be Underdog. So this is full PPR. The difference between Underdog and DraftKings, for me, stacking isn't as important on DraftKings because it's full PPR. So you can get more points without the stack because of the receptions. And also there's bonuses. It's 3 points for a 100-yard bonus for running backs and receivers, and then 3 points for a 300-yard passing bonus. So it kind of bumps up pocket passers, but it is 6 for a passing touchdown as well. So pocket passers are actually better in this format, which is why you see some of the scramblers go a little later than they would on Underdog. I do dig the receiver room, man. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Jalen Warren, 86. I just can't pull the trigger on Jalen Warren. I don't know why. Just seems like such an unsexy pick. And I like to kind of go for shoot for the moon on these picks here. So let's take a look at what I need. I have 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 4 wide receivers. The running backs are a little weak, Montgomery and Harvey. I'm going to try to solidify that if we can. Oh, I don't see anyone here I'm looking at. We would take a tight end here. So if my man, Mr. Sam Laporta, falls to me, we're going for it, baby. Dak Prescott's available too, dude. I might stack this right now and be done at quarterback because I have George Pickens. Well, I prefer full PPR just because I can project volume much more. Half PPR, yes, you still get a half point, but like full PPR, volume is king. Touchdowns don't matter as much. I can't predict touchdowns. Nobody can. That's why I don't bet touchdown scores, if you noticed, with my bets. Like, ever. Dude, I'm going to get... This guy took Dak. He doubled up. Jesus. Whatever. I'll take Sam Laporta. Oh, that was such a good value on Dak. And let's see. I could stack... I need Nico... I need a CJ Stroud on this team. That's going to be my late quarterback. How late does he go? He goes very late. All right. So now it's time for a running back. Rico Corum. And that's about it, folks. Very balanced team. I have my quarterback, my tight end so far through 8 rounds. Well, so seeing as I'm not a big Carnell Tate fan, I would definitely be taking victory laps because I know he will fail there because everyone fails there. I'm pretty confident Carnell Tate will be a bust no matter where he goes, man. If he goes to the Saints, it's Chris Olave, dude. He's the one there. It would be the same situation Carnell Tate's always been in, being the second best receiver on his own team. I'm not a big Tate guy. We're going to take Blake Corum. All right. I can get back to taking some wide receivers now that I have 3 running backs. It's an interesting dilemma there. If they were both on the board for me, is Rico Dowdle versus Blake Corum. Rico Dowdle probably has better volume, better guaranteed volume, but Blake Corum has the nuclear upside if anything happens to Kyren Williams, or if they actually kind of flip-flop it. Instead of going 60-40 or 55-45 Kyren Williams, they make it 60-40 Blake Corum, because I feel like Blake Corum's a better runner. Kyron's the better receiver. He's better in pass protection. They like him better in the 2-minute drill, all those things, but I think Blake Corum's a better player. Kyler Murray at 102. Xavier Worthy, disgusting. Shuck, dude, I watched Shuck's film back. He's awesome, man. Even in college, he just had some really bad quarters, bad throws, like stuff you could look at and say he's going to be rough. But if you look at his upside in college, some of the throws he made, and then the second half of the season, the second half, right? The last 4 games, he was balling. Well, this is best ball, so it is, you got to take, 2 or 3 quarterbacks, 7 running backs. There's 20 rounds. Shuck also had a badass 24-yard touchdown run. He was scrambling his ass off. I was crushing Tyler Shuck's rushing yards bets. I think I hit 3 out of 3. Rob, with the addition of DJ Moore, who do you see having a boost in production this season, Shakir or Cook? It's not going to be Shakir, and it can't be Cook either. The answer is Josh Allen, right? I know you don't want to hear this, but he's been operating with literally nothing. And even the last year of DJ Moore, the last year of Stephon Diggs, remember how rough it was? I think the first 7 or 8 weeks, he was wide receiver 3 and just had 8 touchdowns and on pace for 1,400 yards. And then he gave up. I don't know what happened there. He was dogging routes. They weren't playing him over 60% of the snaps. So he hasn't had an actual number 1 since the first half of 2023. There goes to Jarian Price. People love this dude. Coleman's production. You know what? I'm not giving up on Keon Coleman just because I will be if they draft somebody. If they draft Malachi Fields or they draft a guy in the first, in day 2, say, let's just say the second or third round, they draft a bigger bodied guy that can play X. Keon Coleman's done for. If they don't have anyone on the roster. DJ Moore will be playing a lot of X. DJ Moore is 6 foot tall. You know what I mean? They want to move DJ Moore around the formation. And Keon Coleman will still be on the field. Yeah, definitely number 1 in snaps, in targets, in production, you name it. DJ Moore's good. Someone took CJ Stroud at pick 113. Bro, what are you doing? Look at Baker Mayfield's on the board. Baker's on the board, man. Tyler Shuck, Malik Willis. Idiots. That really upsets me. And now I'm going to have to take, I'll take Jaden Reed, I guess. First time I've taken Jaden Reed because I've never taken receiver in this range. God damn it. All right, now we take, I don't care about stacking. I'll take any of these dudes right here and be done with quarterback with Jaden Daniels and any of those 3. Why did this guy take CJ Stroud so early? He doesn't have any stack with him. What are you doing? CJ Stroud's terrible. I just wanted him because I have David Montgomery and Nico Collins. Unreal. Well, that's exactly what he did the first week of the season last year, Hetzer. I love the film, Dakota. You're speaking of Jarian Price. I love the film, but I also loved Roshan Johnson's film coming out of Texas when he backed up Bijan. And I got a firsthand look at Roshan Johnson for 3 years in Chicago. And this last year, man, like Kyle Monungai beat him out. And yes, Monungai looked good down the stretch, but he's a 7th round running back. And that's damning. Right? And Roschon Johnson's film was just as good as Jerian Price's film, man. I'm telling you, go watch it back. He was awesome. This guy took Tyler Shuck. This guy's got 2 quarterbacks. I doubt these guys triple up before I get my other guy. So I'm going to get Baker or Malik Willis. Pretty goddamn late. All right, we're halfway done with this draft, gentlemen. After I make my pick, we can. I liked Roschon Johnson, good pass catcher, really good in pass pro, but it didn't matter. Like the Bears didn't like him, and he just looked really regular. You know, he looked like just a guy, and he looked slow. He kind of looked small too. At least he played small, and he's like a 225-pound back. But he was awesome in Texas, and the worry is, like I say, is Jadarian Price and Roschon Johnson. It's not like they're going up against backups, you know, when they come in the game. But a lot of their damage is in the 3rd and 4th quarter when they're up a bunch. And that defense has been destroyed and they're worn down. Okay, Baker Mayfield. Cool. So pretty good values at my quarterback spot with Jaden Daniels and Baker Mayfield. This can only be a 2-quarterback team now. So that's my worry is the film isn't true. It's kind of lying to you because like it's like they're already playing lesser talent because they played at Texas and fucking Notre Dame. But they're playing fatigued lesser talents, which, you know, it's like a boxer. He gets a guy in the 8th round. You're going to look great. All right. We have 9 likes in the video. Let's see if we have. I can give it another like. Ooh, we have 3 subs in the video, though. That's doing some work. That might help things out for the next draft. I'm going to give it another like with my other account. Help bolster the economy here. Let me get a like here. There we go. Another like. So 3 subs, 9 likes. That's 12 out of 30, boys. But I would like the landing spot, Dakota. I would like the landing spot because if they took him at 32, that means that they're investing in him. We got Jason in here. Better draft the bake show. Fire the ovens. Did you not see it? Did you not see it? Check out this value here, buddy. Baker Mayfield. We got him the 11th round, my dude. 11th round. And let me get a little something just for my guy here. No offense to your Bucks, but their front office. Now, here's the thing: is Mike Evans actually turned down a lot of money, extra money from Tampa Bay to go play in San Fran. I respect it, but it's a little questionable not to finish out your career there.
When we get back to the world, we gotta put together that 3-piece combo band we talked about. Me on stand-up bass, Johnny on the drums, and me tickling the ivories.
Tickling the ivories. All right, guys, we have 12 likes, 5 super chat dollars, and 3 subs in the video. That is 20 of the 30. We get 30. Any of these combinations added together, I'm popping in an Underdog draft. Like, subscribers, super chat dollars, and we will pop in an Underdog draft. You want to draft with me? Love to have you. If not, you just want to watch along, learn some things. Let's see here. Levante David did retire. Oh, shit. I'm up. Oh, man. Aaron Jones might seem like the pick here. We're going to go ahead and take Aaron Jones. It's really gross. Aaron Jones is really gross, but PPR, definitely early in the season. My running backs ain't great. Harvey might be splitting time with Dobbins. So Aaron Jones, Blake Corum, Montgomery, and Harvey. I'm done at quarterback. I need another receiver here. Who's it going to be? This might be a time to take a shot on Travis Hunter, man. Ooh, no, you know what? I'm going to reach on Chickaconquo. Get a Jaden Daniels stack. As much as I like Mark Andrews, give me the Chickaconquo, man. Dakota hates running backs drafted 31 and 32 overall. The history's not been good. It has not been good. Well, I think no one wants to play for Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles has lost it. Whatever he had, the magic, he lost his defensive touch. I never thought he was a good head coach. That guy can't command a room. He can't give an interview. I got a clip for Todd Bowles after this. All right, we're gonna reach on Chickaconquo here. A little reachy. I have a clip. So a Todd Bowles clip. I just this makes a lot of sense for Todd Bowles. I think you guys know what's coming, don't you? You know what's coming. Those of you that watch the show. Here it is. Hey, Todd.
Simple Jack, the story of a mentally impaired farmhand who can talk to animals, was a box office disaster that many critics called one of the worst movies of all time.
Got a good brain.
I think you've got a fine brain, Jack.
You make me happy.
But now the question is, can speed...
Dakota says, how excited are we to see the Michael Jackson movie? And he's got popcorn, the popcorn emoji. So there already was a Michael Jackson movie. It's called Leaving Neverland. If you have not seen that, it's pretty fucking disgusting. And I know a lot of people have tried to discredit the two young men that made that movie, but whether or not their allegations are 100% true or true at all, the fact remains Michael Jackson had sleepovers with these kids. Like they were like the two boyfriends, the two kids he was hanging out with, pardon me, the entire time, like through a 3-year stretch, and documented, like they both had like 400 nights with Michael Jackson, like sleepovers, documented, and they all overlap. So it was like something like 730 out of 800 nights he was with these two boys in his bed or in a hotel room. Like, bottom line, like that's facts. So like whatever happened behind closed doors, we don't know. The bottom line is they were behind closed doors. Why are you with a 9-year-old behind closed doors? That's not your own kid. Weird. I would not spend that time with my nephew, dude, just because I know how it looks. It's fucking weird. Levante, most underrated linebacker. Sad to see Iron Mike leave as a Bucs fan for 26 years. Todd screwed everything. Look at Brady's last season. He needs to go. Can we get Todd Bowles out of here? He's a great coordinator. Like he's been not looking like a good one recently, but I still like him as a coordinator. And he's an elite coordinator, and I love my coordinators to have head coaching experience. So he'd be a very sought after coordinator. But as a head coach, also, I think the time has just passed him. You know, like he's been there too long. And Brandon Ayuk at 151. Wow. Let me make this pick here. I have 4 running backs, 5 receivers. I can take pretty much anything here. Tyron Tracy would be nice. Let's see. I think I can get Keyshawn Boutte or Calvin Ridley later. So I'm going to take Tracy here. And I'm going to pound receivers, dude. So Montgomery, Harvey, Corum, Aaron Jones, and Tyron Tracy. I need one more running back. I could probably roll a 6. I do have a good stacked first 4. Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Nico Collins, Zay Flowers, and Jaden Reed. So I'm going to need to go receiver here in the next 2 picks. And it's going to be Keyshawn Boutte, Calvin Ridley. We'll take Calvin Ridley and Isaac Tesla. I think I want Ridley here. We got Mouth in here. We got a little Michael Jackson conversation going. Wrong clip. Bowles equals Cartman bathroom clip. Yeah, right. It's both. It's a combination of like, if I could like crop those two together, that's exactly what we're looking for. And shout out Mouth South. The announcement for Mouth, man. Downtown Sports is now going to be on YouTube. Somehow the last platform they were on, which is the only platform I'm on, which is ironic. Join the YouTube community, so it'll be easier for everyone to watch. Please let me have Calvin Ridley. So make my squad. And is Cam Ward still available? No, he is not. No quarterbacks are available. So give me Cam Ward. Let's see. Dakota, internet seems to think that Michael Jackson has been proven to be a hero with all the Hollywood stuff that's come out. Child actors always say MJ saved them. Yeah, I mean, that is documented. Macaulay Culkin, there's been a lot of them. I also think a lot of people don't want to admit that shit, which is very true. And just because he didn't do anything inappropriate with Macaulay Culkin doesn't mean he's innocent. You know what I mean? And also, no offense, man, like that's just inappropriate behavior, like hanging out. Maybe there's a chance Michael Jackson's like one of the greatest people of all time, and he was super innocent. He was literally just doing this for the greater good of the kids. There's also a chance that he is one of the most evil people of all time, and that's probably more likely because, a lot of people thought our boy Bill Cosby. A lot of people thought Bill Cosby was a good man, and Bill Cosby also notoriously like gave other comedians shit for, like being too inappropriate and saying swear words. And lo and behold, the guy was he didn't tell us everything. And here's Bill Cosby. We have, let's see. Jason says, "Ugh, mouth Jimmy Hart's." Who is Jimmy Hart's? Am I an idiot? And the feud is back. I know Mouse says there is no feud. I feel like a child of divorce with these two feuding. I feel a little awkward, a little weird. It's like, obviously I like everyone in the community and I appreciate both of you guys are really big time supporters. So I'm kind of caught in the middle of this situation. And I wish I could just buy you both a beer. I want to buy Mouth a blunt and Jason a beer, and we all just get together and sing Kumbaya and talk shit about Todd Bowles. Also, another good show is Family Feud. One of my favorite episodes is Family Fights on It's Always Sunny. Very good episode. Let's get back to the board here. So yeah, look for Downtown on YouTube. You can follow them. Let's see. Speaking of shit coaches, chances Aaron Glenn getting fired halfway through next season. I'm going with 60%. I think it's higher than that, bro, because their upside is. I like their roster. That's the thing, is their roster is actually decent. But I think they're just done with him. He's just not professional enough. He's just not putting in the work. And last year was just a mess. And we are up right now. We need another receiver. Shit. No! I just got fucking auto-drafted Tua? The fuck out of here. I got a little distracted. Fucking A, man. You never see that. That's a bad, bad pick. I guess maybe not. Maybe he plays, but I didn't need it. That's is really upsetting. My bad. Give me a second so I can set my cue and not have that happen again. That really grinds my gears because I was going to take this guy and now he's going to get taken. I'm going to miss out on Mason Taylor and get Tua. Fuck me. I don't like that. MJ was also abused by, I think, his own father, Dakota. So it's like, I get, I'm not, you know what? Like it's not his fault. Like that's a crazy childhood he had, man. But unfortunately, like it's also kind of how, Jenny from Forrest Gump became and someone took Mason Taylor. This is the worst thing ever. I just got screwed on Mason Taylor and, no, should have just taken Trey Tucker when I had the chance. Man, this draft went to shit. It went to shit. I have no idea who I'm taking here either. We're going to take Ferguson. Oh, Tua. No, Mouth, you don't have to leave the chat. Nobody has to leave the chat. You guys are fine. I mean, if he wants to feud, if you want to feud, it is entertaining. I mean, I don't want Hollywood Brown Hetzer. Rob, if I find an extra ticket for the Cubs Sox game in May, will you be there? You're gonna be in town? Is that what you're saying? Dude, I haven't gone to a baseball game in years. I mean, I will go if it's at Wrigley. Is it at Wrigley? I guess either way. Fuck, if you have an extra ticket for me, I'll do anything. Still super sad about that too. I know you're fucking around, Hetzer. God, I'm so salty about that auto draft. Like, of all auto drafts, like, what the fuck? Tua, dude. Really grinding my gears over here, man. Really grinding my gears.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
You just take it easy, man.
You know, that's your answer for everything, dude. And let me point out something. Pacifism is not... Look at our current situation with that camel fucker in Iraq. Pacifism is not something to hide behind.
Just take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude.
Yeah, waving the fucking gun around?
Calmer than you are.
All right. Let's not miss another pick, huh? We can still make this work. Trey Tucker is still available. That kid is back on the escalator again.
That kid is back on the escalator again. Remarkable. That's criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again.
Leave it alone.
What?
We are going to take Brian Robinson Jr., the new handcuff for Bijan. And then it's got to be wide receivers, the last two picks. Let's put a bunch of my favorites into the queue, shall we? We have put Keon Coleman in there. This is real gross. Oh, Kyle Williams, maybe. Kyle Williams. That's a beer chug, and that's Mouth just being a fine young gentleman. No, he's not that young, but he's not old yet. He's also getting in really good shape, by the way. I gotta have to send him 2 sizes of shirts because he's in such good shape. We're gonna take Tolbert, I think. Yeah, looks like Tolbert. So guys, yes, I gotta add this to the graphic now on YouTube. Downtown Sports is now coming to YouTube. So where sports comes home. Every Tuesday night, the episode's dropping tonight there. It's a little MLB preview, probably talking a little NBA. Again, more real-life NFL than fantasy football, but they still touch on all this stuff. They had Ian Eagle on their show, guys. Soon enough on YouTube. You can go check them out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Downtown Sports. You can go to the link in the description to check them out or just search Downtown Sports. Appreciate Mouth. It's a good show. We have OJ in the chat. What's going on, OJ? That's a big bag of money. I'm going to shout out my boy Mouth, who predicted it within. Put a link to the chat in the Discord or the channel in the Discord. Yeah, Mouth, do that. Can you do that for me? Because I'm currently on my phone doing this. He set the market. You know what I mean? That's the market, is all that money. So George Pickens is sitting there licking his goddamn chops about his next contract, and there is just no way that the Cowboys can afford George Pickens, because I would guess he's going to command $35 million, maybe $33 million, maybe $37 million. You get a desperate team. A team like the Raiders next year, if they have a good year, Mendoza looks good, they need a number one. There's George Pickens money. I don't want George Pickens going to Vegas personally, for many reasons, but a big bag of money there. Big bag of money. If I'm Dallas right now, I'm offering him 3 years, $100 million, which is $33 million a year right now, and then rearranging some things and then giving him an extra $10 million in incentives, like $3 million per year in incentives, maybe even more. Doing that right now, because otherwise there's no way they can keep him. How much are the tickets, Dakota? Now, I'm not down to buy a ticket. I don't know if you're offering to bring me. I'm very poor these days, and I know how expensive the Crosstown Classic is. I mean, probably at least $100 a ticket, and that's for nosebleeds. So at least this will be cheaper because it's on the south side. Like, I mean, the prices at Wrigley are going to be twice as much. Alec Pierce got paid more money than he should. That's the thing. It's like if Alec Pierce got that much money, there is just no way that he's going to get, like George Pickens should get 20% more than that. Miles says franchise tag no longer matters. That is true. All right. We did meet the goal, guys. So we're going to do an underdog draft after this. Mouth, if you want to hop in, anyone else in the chat want to hop in an underdog draft with me after this, the $3 little board. I'm going to hop in one of those to finish off the show. We'll count down. We'll go through my team. It's not a good team. I think the Tua pick is really an issue, and it caused me to miss Mason Taylor. Although maybe missing Mason Taylor is not the worst thing in the world because I have a million shares of him. We're going to finish the draft with Keon Coleman. Might as well at this point. Damn, 180, bro. Hey, at least the Cubs are good. But, here we go. Keon Coleman. Here's the team. Fucking Tua. Odell Beckham is cooked, man. Beyond cooked, OJ. So I don't want anything to do with him. He wants to come back and play because he's poor. I don't know if you saw the interview we had in that podcast where he was like trying to play the victim, saying, you don't know how hard it is when you have all these expenses. It's like, don't have all these expensive. Don't buy fucking 12 cars. Don't buy like 5 of your homies' houses. Like, that's silly shit, man. Like, some of us, it's funny. You're like the majority of people listening, people, fans of the NFL, live off less than $80,000 a year. You know what I mean? Live comfortably. Like I make way less than that. Even when I was working full time, I've never made that much in a year, and I've lived rather comfortably. I'm not living it up over here, but I don't have central air. Like I don't have a lot of the good stuff, but like I just, no one wants to hear that, bro. Hey, Pickens would be a great fit for Kansas City because they like knuckleheads there in Kansas City. Although I'll say this about George Pickens. As much as an issue as he's been on the field, right, and the tantrums and some of the motivation and hustle stuff, he's never been in trouble off the field. So that's one nice thing about George Pickens is you don't have any of the Rashee Rice situation. Thank you, Dakota. We'll stay in touch. Also, let me know, Dakota, if you want to come on Saturday still, do our NBA top 25 players with me, you, and Ray. Be a good time. It's my birthday week, guys. I know you guys will love that. All right, let's go through the team here and do a grade A through F. I don't think I'm going to like it. I guess we'll see. Quarterbacks are Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, and Tua with an auto pick, like a fucking idiot. All right, hell yeah, Dakota. So Jaden Daniels, Tua, and Baker Mayfield. I mean, it's a good quarterback room. I would never going to take a third quarterback. Running backs, David Montgomery, RJ Harvey, Blake Corum, Aaron Jones, Tyrone Tracy, Brian Robinson Jr. There's 6 of those guys. 8 receivers, Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Nico Collins, Zay Flowers, Jaden Reed, Calvin Ridley, Jalen Tolbert, and Keon Coleman. And the tight ends are Sam Laporta, Chick Okonkwo, paired with Jaden Daniels, and then Terrence Ferguson. Ferguson. His name's Terrence, right? Yeah, Terrence Ferguson. He doesn't look like a Terrence. Counting back from 25. Yeah, I'll do groups of it so we can get graphics on here. Well, we'll chat in the Discord. What is your guys' letter grade for this team? I'm going to give it a B-. The receivers are solid. I mean, maybe it's a better team than that. I'm just a little jaded because I feel like I fucked up by getting auto-drafted and missing out on Mason Taylor and having fucking arthritic Tua Tagovailoa. I can't even say his name because he's terrible. You guys have a letter grade for this team for me? Do you like it? Is it bad? Is it average? Let me know. Make sure I don't make the same mistake. Tua play football. Yeah, he's like a caveman. Mouse says B. I feel like it would have been better if it wasn't for that stupid pick. Mouse says B. Jaden Reed, that's my first share of Jaden Reed. Dakota says C+. Petra says B-. It's about right. It's not a great team. Not a great team at all. All right, let me load up Underdog real quick, and we'll do a countdown for you guys. See me in full. I'm getting a haircut and a shave tomorrow. I'm gonna look nice, look real nice for you guys. Let's see, Underdog. All right, get back to the. This is what I want right here. All right. We'll do 10 seconds, guys, when you hear this. 10 seconds. So I'm starting in 10 seconds. Sean, this says 3-letter grade CTE because of the Tua pick. Hopefully you guys get in. Hopefully you guys got in. Shit, I waited the 10 seconds. Damn it, I don't think Mouth got in. Fuck, Dakota got in. I know Dakota got in. Mouth, I don't think you got in. Don't you hate when that shit happens? Damn it. You must have been like a second late because right when I joined, I waited 12 seconds when I said 10. Right when I joined, it started. I was the last fucking person in. Second pick, though. I'm not going to complain about that, but I wanted Mouth to be in here. Dakota has 9th pick. You don't even have a shield, Dakota? Are you embarrassed by that? You're not experienced? That was a good joke by Jonathan. Yeah, I agree. We all have the same disadvantages, though, with these early best balls. Let me do this real quick so you guys can see the screen better. All right, I got Bijan at 2. Mouth, we can let's tag team this one together. So let's corroborate. I'll give you a couple options on who to pick if you want, and we can kind of build this team together if you'd like. So I have not seen, I don't think I've seen anyone else go in the top 5. I think one time I saw Josh Allen go 5. Other than that, though, it's been that combination of JSN, Jamar Chase, Puka, Bijan, and Gibbs. So I think we're pretty set with those top 5 now, which seems about right. I owe a chug, though. I didn't do a chug. So let's get that in here, plus a shot while I have a second. And let's get this poured up. There we go. Dakota's up at 9. Took James Cook at 9. Cheers, boys. Oh, delicious. All righty. Up at 11 picks. I'll grab a drink real quick. So let me play a quick little clip here for you guys.
I brought a little bottle of spermicidal lube, too.
And 1 little bottle of spermicidal lube?
Yeah, 1 little bottle of spermicidal lube.
Evan, that's psycho shit, man.
It's not.
It's like Charles Manson shit. What do you think Becca's gonna be psyched that you brought a bottle of lube? Oh, Evan, thank you for bringing that lube for my pussy. I never would have been able to handle your fucking 4-inch dick inside my pussy without that gigantic bottle of lube.
All right. Jeremiah Love at 14. CeeDee Lamb at 13. Holy shit. Never seen him go that late before. All right. Up in 7 picks. Mouth, we'll talk. You're going to be a little delayed because of the stream, so I'll try to give you a little bit of time. All right, there's the queue, Mouth. You can take a look at the queue. I'm going to take any of those running backs first. I don't think they're going to be available. I guess the question is, do we go Trey McBride over Pickens and Nico? I would like to try it if you're down. Let's do that. Let's move Trey McBride up over him. Well, it's not letting me do that, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't want any of those guys. Or we could try to just get Brock Bowers in the 26th pick. So let's see. Someone's going to take Trey McBride, though. Pretty confident. Yeah, there goes Trey McBride. So what I'm going to put Brock Bowers in the queue. And we'll take Brock Bowers with the 26th pick if that's available. You want to take Brock Bowers now, Mouth? Okay. I'm in, brother. There goes Chase Brown. We'll take Brock Bowers because I think we'll get either George or I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it because we can get either George or Nico. I don't think this guy's going to go George and Nico. If he does, we have a fallback plan. He took A.J. Brown, so that's pretty cool. That's why I did it, to guarantee we get him. And now we're going to get one of these guys. Okay, we'll take Pickens. We can reach for Dak now. So here's the start. Bijan, Pickens, Bowers. Back to the board. Nico was already taken, Mouth. Took right before us. I was going to take Nico over Pickens. Jason said, got a water pump on a 15 Ford Edge 3.5. Eco Turd customer does not want to replace the phasers, chains, tensioners. When I'm already in there, has 180,000 miles on her. Shocked it lasted that long. You trying to sell that to us? Anyone want to buy that from Jason? It's like you've heard of Facebook market. Like, this is a Professional Fanatics market. So I get 10% of whatever is sold on this stream. So that's fine. Yeah, buy it and I get 10%. That's cool. Cheers to Jason. Jason, I keep on asking about your golf game. Tell me how many rounds you've played. It's almost end of March. I'm gonna guess, it's counting scrambles. I'm gonna guess you've played 17. I don't know if you keep track of them. 17. Over, under, am I right at it? If I'm right at it, then pat me on the back. I've played 3. No, I played 4. It's pretty good. Weather we have, so. Brees Hall at 32. See how Dakota's team's looking. James Cook, Drake London, and 33, Kyron Williams. Not the flashiest team I've ever seen. That's not me being mean. It's just not that flashy. Hetzer said he's good with all that. He doesn't need a water pump. There goes Emeka Igbigbu off the board.
And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Igbigbu.
Oh, Lad McConkey at 35 is disgusting. That is a bad pick. CeeDee Lamb at 13 is pretty awesome, though. So I don't know what this guy's doing. Oh, Dakota's going to do a Bills build, but Allen went ahead of ADP. Usually he does. I have 0 shares of Josh Allen, like I was saying earlier. I'm surprised you actually were willing to take Josh Allen. I know your hate for Josh Allen stems more in the real life aspect of NFL and football, not fantasy, because you can't hate the guy's fantasy prowess. He's a god, so. Auto pick was Ladd. I don't think Ladd was the top dog, though. Like, other guys, I think the other guys go ahead of Ladd. There goes Garrett Wilson. All right, Mouth, let's take a gander at who's available. Whole board's open to us, but tight ends. So I'm thinking I'm just going to put these guys in queue. A lot of receivers available. Can take a Luther Burden swing here. We love Terry McLaurin. Mike Evans might work. He says Zay. So let's organize this. Let me know if you agree with the organization here. There goes Zay. What do you think about this? Is this a good organization or Burden? Okay. We'll take Luther Burden is gone as well. All of them just went. All of them just went. So McLaurin, Mike Evans, or Jamison Williams, rank those real quick for me. Is that the right order that I have them in? Well, the media does it too, because Josh Allen's a media darling. They love the underdog, right? There goes Jalen Waddle. Okay, cool. We'll take this order, and then we might be able to get 2 of these guys. That's the goal. I'm going to put a running back in there for the next pick, and it's going to be, well, it was going to be Quinshon Judkins, so now that's not an option. So we're going to take Terry McLaurin, and then we're going to take one of these 2 receivers, and I'm going to put in Roma Dunze for the third guy. So we'll get any of these guys. Here we go. Let's get some Mike Evans in our life. Let's get some Mike Evans in our life here. There we go. Here's the build so far. Now we have Jaden Daniels. If he were to fall, we have Dak or Brock Purdy or Mendoza. We can stack right now. Jaden Daniels could fall to us. We have the 71st pick. So let's just hope Jaden Daniels falls. You hate McLaurin. I don't know what your hate is. Look at 2 years ago, dude. He was like the wide receiver 5 in fantasy. Technically, it's in the 5th round because you could swap Mike Evans. Well, actually, it wasn't. I wasn't at the turn, but it was the end of the 4th round, 47. Dakota hates Terry McLaurin and hates fucking Josh Allen. Those 2 guys are his most hated players. They clearly banged his girlfriend. Dakota, are you married, by the way? He's like, I was until Terry McLaurin railed her. Are you married, Dakota? What's his name? I'm funny, bro. I'm funny. That's awful. Hey, this day and age, that kind of thing is celebrated, my dude. I mean, come on. Caitlyn Jenner won. She won whatever it is. It won a Lady of the Year, Woman of the Year. So like I said, celebrations. Okay. So whatever your flavor is, man, we're celebrating it. But honest question though, are you married? Are you dating someone? Are you seeing anyone? Do you have any prospects? If you are, you should have them sub to the show and watch the show. I'm waiting for a response. Patiently waiting over here. Single and straight and cool with all the jokes. I know you're cool with all the jokes, Dakota, because you watch a lot of the shows and you're a fanatic in the Patreon. So, yeah, I've said much worse on this very program. This fucking clown. I'm banning you. Get out of the chat. Marvin Harrison at 59. So let's see, Dakota. Lamar Jackson at 57. Garrett Wilson at 40. Got a pretty nice team going. James Cook, Kyron Williams, Drake London, Garrett Wilson with Lamar Jackson. Quarterbacks are all still available, guys. They've been falling. Carnell Tate at 63 is gross. Christian Watson goes. There's nobody in here, so I should probably just keep the troll in here to get the viewership up. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. There goes an unstacked Caleb Williams. There goes Joe Burrow. So, guys, we have a chance at our boy Jaden Daniels. If not, we're going to take a receiver here again. There goes Jalen Hurts. Look at this quarterback run. If this guy doesn't take a quarterback, we're going to get our boy Jaden Daniels at 71. Come on. We're fine. He took Brian Thomas. So we're going to get Alec Pierce or Jaden Daniels. I'm fine with either of these selections here. Come on. Yes, we got Jaden Daniels. Hey-oh. I know that was your pick anyway, Mouth. I didn't have to ask you about this one. The next pick, though, we got to put some running backs in there. I'm going to wait at running back. We're getting Alec Pierce. I know you're down with that one, right? You're down with that one too, Mouth? Alec Pierce? I know how Mouth thinks. Here's the squad. It is actually shaping up here, guys. This is a Brock Bowers team. I know we only have one running back. We're going to stack it with all the high upside guys we like. Pickens, McLaurin, Evans, and Alec Pierce with elite quarterback, elite tight end, and the best running back in football. So we like that. We got to figure out some backs to take. Let's see. Dakota has 2 backs. There goes Jalen Warren. We have some guys to take. Not going to take a tight end. Can't take Ricky Pearsall. Let's get back to the board. Let the people see what's going on. I'm going to keep this guy in the chat. Bubble Bath Bob. Hey, man. Cool. Appreciate you, man. That's awesome. I appreciate your support. Actually, it's a good time to check out the Patreon, Bubble Bath. Get in the Discord. Join the community, man. It's a great place. A lot of good jokes in there as well. So if you're curious about how to enter or why you should enter, ask anyone in the community. Ask any of these fine gentlemen. Appreciate everybody in the Patreon. You guys are awesome. ProfessionalFanatics.com if you want information on how to support your boy, as well as just the general support, access to the Discord, community fantasy leagues, guys. We still have a couple openings for the Dynasty startup we're doing in May. We might make it 14 teams so we can get a couple more people in there. But also 5 or 6 redraft leagues we're going to be drafting in August if you're interested in those. Get in now, reserve your spot. Guest appearances on the pod, free merchandise giveaways. These hats, we got shirts, giving it all away. So this hat right here, buddy. And not this shirt. This is a Michael Myers shirt, but I have shirts with the logos. So also access to these bets, guys. 96 and 58. Early access to all of the bets. You don't have to wait 3 or 4 days to get them. The odds won't change. You're not going to find that's a 64%, I believe. All even odds player prop bets. You're not going to find that anywhere in the industry. And if you do, it's going to be $100 a month. This is $10 a month for these picks, as well as other things you get as well. So professionalfanatics.com. Just go to the link in this video, go to the channel description, or to search Professional Fanatics on Patreon, and you'll find us. Up in 4 picks. Okay. Dakota's going contrarian. Let's take a look at his team. Harold Fannin. Sometimes you got to do that, and we need to take some running backs, huh? And tell me if you agree with this, Mouth. Corum, Algier, top 2. I like Corum over Algier personally. Am I off base there? Yeah, he'll tire himself out soon enough. You got to appreciate the devotion, though. He keeps on, getting banned and then, coming back with a new account. Tony Pollard over Blake Corum, huh? All right. Maybe we can get Blake Corum with the next pick. If he gets snatched up, I just think that he's going to get released and they're going to draft Jeremiah Love. We're going to take Corum with the next pick if he falls to us. This guy shouldn't take him. He's got 3 running backs. There we go. Now we'll take Blake Corum. What I love about Blake Corum is it gives you a decent weekly floor. And I know it's like we're playing in a big tournament. If something happens to Kyron Williams, Blake Corum's a top 5 fantasy running back. I mean, he would be getting 18 touches a game on a top 5 offense guaranteed. And his passing down production would go up too. So I'm a big Blake Corum fan. It's all right, worked out. So here's the squad so far. We have Bijan, Tony Pollard, and Blake Corum at running back. Pickens, McLaurin, Evans, and Pierce at wide receiver. We have Brock Bowers at tight end and Jaden Daniels with pick 71, guys. That is money. We can look at Brock Purdy. We can look at, the quarterbacks their quarterbacks are fucking crazy who's available right now. So who's our other stack partner that we can look for here. Let's take a little look. We could take Brock Purdy. We can take Dak. He's already gone. And we could take Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones late might be the play. And we don't need another tight. We need one more tight end. It's going to be Mason Taylor probably. We take another receiver here. Kenneth Gainwell's available. Jajarian Price is your boy. You love that, man. Get back to the board. It's a solid team. There goes the quarterbacks. There goes Brock Purdy. Is that your first quarterback, Dakota? No, you had Lamar. Why'd you do that? Too much value, probably. Too much value to pass it up. You guys don't realize this. Dakota in the chat is Florida. He is drafting with us. Mouth was going to be in this one, but he missed his spot by like a second. So he's drafting a separate team and helping me draft this team. We're kind of doing a Downtown Fanatics draft here. This motherfucker has Dak, Herbert, and Baker Mayfield. And he has... What are you doing, bro? What is this guy doing? What an idiot. What an idiot. There goes Jarian Price. Kid is back on the fucking escalator again, doing dumb shit. Hate that shit.
That kid is back on the escalator again. Remarkable. That's criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again. Leave it alone. What?
All right. So tomorrow's show, we have the Chaz joining us. He has been out for about 3 weeks. He had spring break. It's his senior year at Kentucky. God damn it. There goes Kenneth Gainwell. He's joining us tomorrow for Dynasty Diner. Going to talk ADP and Dynasty impacts of free agency and some pre-draft stuff. Oh, what do you want to do here, Mouth? We could take Matthew Golden. We could take Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed, maybe? We could also take Jordan Love and Jaden Reed. No, let's take Jaden Reed and Jordan Love. You cool with that? I'm going to do it because that's a stack. Okay. Golden. And now Jordan Love. Because this guy already has 2 quarterbacks. So, like, he's got Trevor Lawrence and Kyler. Look at how early he took Kyler Murray. 73 overall. He got the Addison Kyler stack. He took Malik Willis. Wow. Okay, cool. Thanks for the Jordan Love, buddy. Now we have 2 stacks with our quarterback. Daniels, Love. Running backs are a little weak. We got to make up that running back room here with the next 2 picks, which we will do. We're waiting on tight ends to the very end to take our second guy. So we need running backs, and there's plenty of guys available here. Shaping up here. It's shaping up. And we could take, hopefully, Daniel Jones. We can take Daniel Jones with one of our last picks since we have Alec Pierce. Quarterback room could be fine with Daniels and Jordan Love, just a 2-banger, but I prefer 3. And if you can get value on Daniel Jones with Alec Pierce, I am all for that. There goes Rachaad White at 124. No way we're getting any of these dudes. Woody Marks might be nice. Jonathan Brooks. There's names. There's names. We just got to take a couple of them. All right. It's working out. It's working out, guys. So, yeah, tomorrow's show, 10 p.m. Central with the Chaz, Dynasty Diner. Thursday is a birthday show for me. That's going to be with Big Ray, an open bar, kind of a, little wild, drunken show. That'll be later, though, like 11:30 p.m. Central. If you guys are still up and want to have a couple beers with me and toast with me, that'd be awesome. You got a Bills situation going here. Shakir, Kincaid, and James Cook. Shakir, I feel like it's weird because he's not a best ball guy, but at some point, I don't care about the format. Like, Shakir's a good player. He's going to be on the field a lot, tied to Josh Allen. Love it. Cam Ward at 131. So now quarterbacks are going earlier than ADP. There goes Mike Washington. Aaron Jones. Fuck you, man. Super Packers 99. What a great name. What a great name. Alrighty. There goes Jalen McMillan. That's a good pick. All right. JCM from Dakota there. I would have loved him. We need running backs, buddy. So I'm going to cue him like this. Tyrone Tracy, Chris Rodriguez, Jonathan Brooks, Woody Marks, James Conner. I think that's a pretty good order that I like him in. I know you like Conner. I would never take Conner with the situation with his team. But I'll put him on there for you if he falls below Woody Marks. Let's get 2 of these guys. It'll give us 5 running backs. And we'll need to have a 6. We need to definitely have 6 running backs in this team. And then we can take wide receivers late and have an 8 running back build or 8 wide receiver build. We should get 2 of these dudes for sure. Digger. I've played against Digger quite a bit. He always has blisters on his hand because he's digging so much. Dad joke of the day for you. He took CJ Stroud. GT in here. What's going on, GT? How you be, buddy? Do you have tacos tonight, GT? Oh, he took Tracy. So we're going to take Chris Rodriguez. Not ideal. Would have loved to have Tracy there. And we're going to go to my squad here, me and Mouse squad. Bijan, Pollard, Corum, and Chris Rodriguez. There goes Bretton Strange. Pretty early, dude. Go to the queue here. Happy Tuesday. Hi, peoples. How are you doing? Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. We're going to take Jonathan Brooks. There we go. All right. It's shaping up here. Oh, damn. Cilantro lime wings and a batch of buffalo wings. That's a nice little play there, those 2 together. That's solid. Hetzer with the smart-ass answer. I love it. Says it's Wednesday here. You know what? Us Midwesterners, you know how people in New York only acknowledge Eastern time zone? Midwesterners only acknowledge fucking the Central time zone, okay? Yeah. Coming at us from the future, Hetzer. What's the future like, Hetzer? What's it like, man? Bryce Young's gone. Is it good or is it bad, Mouth? You could send it in the Discord and I can put it up after this and we can grade that once we grade this team, our team, and then Dakota's team. There goes Daniel Jones. God damn it. That would have been nice. We will take Mendoza if he falls. And then I'm going to put these guys back in here. Say Pacheco. The gas prices are high as fuck. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. In the future, in the past, they're very high. Oh, shit. Okay, we got options here, dude. We got a lot of options. There goes Mendoza. Go Roystriv. Go fuck yourself, man. Taking fucking McMillan. Taking Mendoza. Those are our guys. I love those guys. There goes Travis Hunter. 157 for Travis Hunter. That might be a great value. I mean, I'm not that comfortable doing it just because I don't know what his workload's going to be. But if he ends up playing full-time offense with the talent he has on that offense, it's going to be great. It's going to be really great. Stephon Diggs, another question mark. There goes Woody Marks. That would have been nice, dude. We have 5. I think we want to go wide receiver here. Take a running back later. There we go. Let's take wide receiver, and we'll get a couple late shots. This is going to be a 7 running back team, I think, if we wait. Because I think we can be fine with just two quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, with the fact we went early on Brock Bowers. And someone took... Ooh, Chickaconquo is still available. That's our pick, buddy. I think we're going to go Chickaconquo because we have Jaden Daniels. And we have a double stack then with Chickaconquo and Terry McLaurin This guy's probably going to take him. Digger's probably going to take him because he's a fucking idiot. Actually, that'd make him a smart man, but don't do it. This guy won't. This guy's got only Tyler Shuck. And he has Trey McBride. Okay, sweet. We can get Chickaconquo. Let's do it, dude. We're stacking. You don't want to stack just to stack. You want to stack and take players you like as well. That's when you're winning, as Charlie Sheen said, you're taking players you would take unstacked, but they're stacked. And we would take Chickaconquo here anyway. ADP of 166. We're at 167. So right on the money there. If this guy does it, I am going to play that kid's back in the escalator again. Nope, he takes a player that's not on a team yet. Chickaconquo to us. And now we can get any of these guys. Booty, Mitchell. I'm gonna rank it. I'm gonna change this up a little bit. Oh, I kind of like Calvin Ridley over Keyshawn Booty, but you like Booty over Ridley? Mouth. I still think there's a chance AJ Brown goes there. That's my only issue. And there goes Trey Harris. So is it, let me know. We got 13 seconds, Mouth. Yes, he wants Booty over Ridley. That's fine. We already have one Tennessee Titan already. So there he is, man. We have a squad here. Then Booty to Philly. I see that. I like Keyshawn Booty for best ball, man. He gets Drake Mays throws probably one of the most beautiful deep balls in the NFL. He takes chances, and that is Booty's department. It's not going to be Romeo Dubs. He's going to be underneath. And Hunter Henry's 1 year older. That defense is not going to be as good this year. I don't feel. So more shootouts, tougher schedule. Now we got to look at running backs, and it's not great. Well, we all like Booty for many. Even gay guys like Booty. Straight guys like Booty. That's the one thing we all agree on. We like ass, which is just weird because what is an ass? It's just a fucking, the connection of the thigh to the torso with a slit down the middle where you poop out of, which is just, it doesn't seem like something we like. But apparently, we're all about Booty. It's very interesting. If you think about it like that, it's interesting. You guys agree? It's just whack. Nice Calvin Ridley pick, Dakota. We were never going to get him coming back, so that is some value, brother. That's going to give your team a half of a letter grade higher just because 177 Calvin Ridley. Let's not forget, Calvin Ridley last year was going in the 6th round in the same exact situation, and now it's a better situation because Cam Ward's going on year 2 with a better offensive coordinator, and he'll be better, and the coordinator will be better, and Calvin Ridley can't be worse than he was last year. Maybe he could, but I don't think he could be. All right. Up in 6 picks. Our queue is decimated. You want to go Geno Smith, Mouth? Since we only have 2 quarterbacks. We can go Brian Robinson. Yeah, Geno Smith and Brian Robinson, I think. Or Ray Davis. No, we can't take Brian Robinson because we have Bijan. That would be silly. I don't want to take him because we have both, so we would have both then. We can take a 3rd tight end. Might as well. We have elite guys, but we still have a couple rounds to fill out the rest of our team. There goes Geno. So let's go ahead and take Tank Bigsby. Okay. I'm fine with that. Tank Bigsby. And then, you know what? I'm going to take Mason Taylor anyway, because here's one thing that people don't realize. That's why I like taking 3 tight ends in these situations. If you look at the wide receivers and running backs, like Mason Taylor is going to offer more flex value than Pat Bryant and Darnell Mooney. He will have better numbers. So I prefer having a 3rd tight end because essentially he could be played in the flex. Like the tight ends 20 on the year outscores the wide receiver. Let's see here. Wide receiver 75 we're at Pat Bryant. The tight end 25 will actually outscore the wide receiver 75 in the year. in half PPR, especially not in full PPR, in half PPR, because the tight ends will score touchdowns. Where like Pat Bryant, and that's not a great example because I love Pat Bryant, but the later receivers and those late running backs are just dart throws. So let's take a look at the team, and we have 2, 6, 6, 3. We could take Ty Simpson. Mouth, I think we could take a shot on that. And we need another running back. So we need probably 3, 7, 7, 3 is the build here. Maybe 2 more wide receivers. I don't know, man. What do you think? You think 6 running backs is enough here with the guys we have? It's a weak room. I mean, Tony Pollard being the 2, but we just need to pair that running back 2 spot together. We'll just see what's available for us. Let's take a gander here. Ray Davis, Ollie Gordon. About the only guys I would take. George Holane. Only guys I would take there. Ooh. Oh, we have Pickens already, don't we? Oh, it gets gross. Jalen, ooh, Dontovia and Wicks. I can do the double Green Bay stack. I'm down with that. There goes Ferguson. What's Dakota up to? Brian Robinson, Tank Dell, Calvin Ridley. Got a pretty nice little team going here. Lamar, Brock Purdy are his quarterbacks. You can roll with just 2 there. And then we can get our guy, Ty. Look at this guy. He's got onesies, dude. He's got 11 receivers. He's got Njoku as his only tight end. Who's not, it doesn't have a team yet. Might go to Baltimore and be a backup. And he has Matt Stafford as his only quarterback. And the running back room is trash, dude. Holy shit. This is a bad team. Buddy, 11 wide receivers. Like, stop at 9. Just stop at 9. Like, these guys aren't going to help you. You have DK Metcalf as your 6. He could have made this a 6 wide receiver build, honestly. This is hilarious. So he's going to have to take the onesies now. Which one is it? That is wild, bro. People doing dumb shit. Really dumb shit. He has no chance to win. The 11 receivers, like, you can only start 4 max. They're not even necessarily good receivers either. Mouth, how do you rank these running backs? Is this right? Ray Davis, Ollie Gordon, Holane. That's how I have it. I want the upside in Ray Davis if there's an injury to Cook. We definitely need it. All right, and then we'll pop up Simpson here. Well, it won't work, but do that after this pick. And then we'll take a receiver with our last selection, most likely a Miami receiver, because they'll get some looks. All right. All right, not a bad team. Dakota, 2 seasons ago, I named a fantasy team Booty Juice. Don't hate the Booty Juice. Is that that's Tropic Thunder, right? That's Booty Sweat, actually. Same thing. All right, we take Ty Simpson. Here's a squad, guys. Daniels, Love, Ty Simpson, Bijan Pollard, Corum, Rodriguez, Brooks, Tank Bigsby, Ray Davis. We need 1 more receiver for 7. 7 should make this fine. Pickens, McLaurin, Evans, Pierce, Golden, and Keyshawn Booty. And a stacked tight end room. We're going to be playing tight ends in our flex a lot, which makes our receiver depth not matter quite as much.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. That is a great idea.
Those are the only kind I have.
I can hear my hair growing. You want some soup?
I would love some soup. I actually have soup that I need to heat up after this. It's spicy. My wife had her wisdom teeth taken out. She can't have it, and I made it for her. So it's going to go in this belly right here. All right. Justin Fields. Deshaun Watson. That is Dakota's dude. He is so dug in on this Deshaun Watson thing. Mouth, I agree, man. As long as Dakota you can't take Dontavian Wicks now, okay? You can't do it because we set our plan here. How low is he? Okay, if we can't get Wicks, though, I'm going to put in here Jahan Dotson, and I'm also going to put in Jalen Tolbert. So these are some of my favorite last-round guys. I'm taking Caleb. Okay. Surprised Mouth didn't suggest that he loves Caleb Johnson. There's a lot of moving parts with Caleb Johnson. I don't think he's an injury away from being relevant. Ray Davis is an injury away from being a top 15 running back. And you know what? They didn't use him a lot last year. I think maybe they want to lighten the load on James Cook a little bit. And maybe we've only seen Ray Davis dominate when he's played. I mean, and a lot of times it's been against some shitty teams when he had the starting gig for a couple games, but he's been awesome. And I just wish they gave him a shot, like just more carries. You know, he's a good player, great at returning now, which is weird. You wouldn't think that little bowling ball would be a good kick returner, but he is. About to get a double Green Bay stack here with Dontavian Wicks and Matthew Golden. See, I probably wouldn't have taken Golden over Reed. Reed's more of like the Khalil Shakir, right? Where it's like you're not getting crazy upside, but you're getting more, more floor games. It's always easier to run when no one games. I'm talking about Dakota. I'm talking about games when he's been the starter when James Cook's been out. It's been, I think, 3 starts. He's at 100 yards in all of those games. All right, we're going to go Wicks here. Here's the team, gentlemen, and we'll go through after this and do draft grades for myself, and then we'll do draft grades for Dakota. Well, the thing is, Dakota, they don't use him when James Cook's healthy. They don't use him. They give him like 4 touches a game. They use the hell's his name? Ty what's his name? What's the other guy? Ty, the guy that was in the Jets. I'm having a fucking brain fart. Sweet, Mal. Thank you. We're finishing at the same time. Ty Johnson. Jesus. They use Ty Johnson more, which makes a lot of sense because he's definitely a better receiving back. Okie dokie. This guy's got to make his pick, and we can get to he's on the clock, it says. He does have a big Johnson for sure. Okay, so let's go to drafts. It is the last one I've done. All right, let's take a look at Dakota's team first. These projections are always so stupid. I want to look at this guy's team, which is the guy that had the 11. I want to see what he did. The 11. There it is. Look at this team, guys. Stafford and Sanders. He took another wide receiver. He took Jeremy Bernard. He's rolling with David Njoku, who does not have a team. I mean, he will have a team, but like might not be a starter. And in general, I don't care if that was Brock Bowers. It's the only way that would be fine if it was McBride and Bowers. But 12, and his running backs are terrible. Chuba has 2, and then 2 rookies, and then a guy that might, if they draft Jeremiah Love, Tajay Spears, I mean, you're not going to get shit from him. What a mess. What a mess. Holy shit. All right, Dakota's going to be much better than this. All right, letter grades, guys, A through F. Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, Deshaun Watson, James Cook, Kyron Williams, JCM, Woody Marks, Brian Robinson, and Caleb Johnson. I really like how he, pulled that room together there at the end. Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson, Khalil Shakir, Calvin Ridley, Tank Dell, and Kyle Williams with Harry Fanny, Harold Fannin, Dalton Kincaid, and Mark Andrews. That's a sexy ass tight end room. You don't have a lot of high-end talent there. Wide receiver outside of London and Wilson. Watson's a boom guy for best ball. I love Tyson where you got him. Shakir is some safety, and then Ridley's awesome. Dowell could be awesome. Kyle Williams kind of a little flyer there. And then, James Cook and Kyron, super steady. JCM's an X factor. Woody's going to get work. Brian Robinson, ultimate handcuff. And Caleb Johnson is a wild card, but I like that. Lamar, Purdy, and Deshaun Watson. This is a B+, dude. Maybe I'm being too nice, but I think this is a B+ team. What's the stacking situation? Because if there's no stack, I'm gonna downgrade it just on merit alone. So Lamar and Mark Andrews is a stack. That's the only stack there. Brock Purdy. You don't have any Brock Purdy stack. And then Deshaun Watson. I mean, there's no Cleveland pass catchers to draft. So I'm going to make it a B because of the lack of stacking. That's the only gripe I have is the lack of stacking. But standalone team B+ with the lack of stacking because this is a tournament. I'm going to go with a B, solid B. What do you guys think? Hetzer, Mouth, what do you think about a B grade? And also, Dakota, what do you give this for yourself? Yeah, this is a team that should advance. You know, the tight end room's amazing. This is an elite. Oh, you have Fannin and Deshaun Watson. Okay, so I guess if Watson plays, I'm still keeping it as a B, though, because it's not elite stacking. But there's a couple options there. So solid B. If you had like two extra stacks, this could go up to an A, A-. B is solid. All right, let's go to me and Mouth's team here. Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, and Ty Simpson. Such good value in the quarterbacks. Look at that. Jaden Daniels, 9 picks after ADP. Jordan Love, 122. Love that. Bijan, Tony Pollard, Blake Corum, Chris Rodriguez, Jonathan Brooks, Tank Bigsby, and Ray Davis. It's not a great running back room, but we have Bijan, pretty much a weekly floor there of 15 to 18 points. And then we just need one other guy because we look at our tight ends. And this is why what happens when you have a Brock Bowers team. You're going to have one weak position group, and it's our running backs. We have 7 of them. Over to the wide receivers, Pickens, McLaurin, Mike Evans, Alec Pierce, Matthew Golden, Keyshawn Boutte, and Dontavian Wicks. Again, not the most high-end guys, but Pickens and McLaurin, Evans, I feel like those 3 are fine. Alec Pierce is a good 4, and he's going to have some big weeks. Golden Boutte and Wicks. So we have stack-wise, we have 2 stacks with Jordan Love, with Golden and Wicks. We have 2 stacks with Jaden Daniels, with Terry McLaurin and Chikakonkwo. So that's nice to have dual stacks. The tight end room is amazing. Brock Bowers, Chikakonkwo, and Mason Taylor. If you don't like Mason Taylor or Chikakonkwo, maybe it's not amazing, but Brock Bowers. I'm going to give this a B as well. I think this is a B, but it has some pretty big upside with the stack potential. So I think this is a team where we may not even, advancing will be tough with this team because the running backs. But late in the season, if there's some injuries, if Blake Corum starting, or Chris Rodriguez earns a big role, if Jonathan Brooks is a thing, things like that, if our running back room shakes up and we have the stacks, we have a really good chance at advancing a couple rounds if we do advance the first time. So I'm going to go B. What do you guys think in the chat for this team? Definitely a very aggressive team. This is not a safe team. B-. Quarterbacks are boom or bust. Yeah, Jordan Love's fine, though. I think the quarterbacks aren't really our issue. Ty Simpson's just kind of a throw-in. I think the running backs are the bigger issue, Dakota. That's what I'm more worried about. But we have a lot of them, right? So, unfortunately, guys like Ray Davis, Tank Bigsby, and Jonathan Brooks could be nothings. I think Jonathan Brooks will have more of a role than most people. Thank you again to the chat for turning me on to Jonathan Brooks about 2 weeks ago. But it's Tony Pollard's an issue too. That's my biggest gripe. So maybe it is a B-. We have a lot of B- in there. Running backs, but at least we pulled off Pollard into Corum. Yeah, definitely. Because I definitely prefer Blake Corum over Pollard because there's no uncertainty. I don't know. Dakota hates Jaden Daniels. And whether you hate, Daniels in real life, he's going to be good in fantasy if he stays healthy because the guy's going to be running. This year, he's got no one to pass to. So he's going to be running. Let's take a look at this is Mal's team he just drafted. Let's take a gander at this room right here. So Josh Allen at 31, Brissett, Geno. So you need those guys to hold on to their job, or at least through the Josh Allen bye week. JT, Pollard, Coleman, Jones, Singleton, Vidal, Ollie Gordon, Caleb Johnson. I've noticed with a lot of Mal's teams, he does not take high-end running backs. He likes to just have 7 of them. He has 8 of them here. And he likes to pair those together. But these guys are all going to be dudes that are going to be relatively high in the depth chart, at least number 2 for most of them. They're going to have some weekly spike weeks with injuries happen. And it's just about when those weeks happen. That's one of the issues there. Wide receivers, T. Higgins, Roma Dunze, Marvin Harrison, Alec Pierce, Ricky Pearsall. Khalil Shakir, and Adonai Mitchell with Trey McBride and Dalton Kincaid. So you got Shakir, Kincaid. I got Mouth on the stacking, and now he's just a stacking master here. And then you got the Marvin Harrison stack with Brissett, and then Geno Smith is Adonai Mitchell. So you're stacked all over the place. Again, I have major issues with this running back room, but you have, I know Aaron Jones and Jonah Coleman. Aaron Jones particularly will get you through those early weeks, which I like pairing rookies with Aaron Jones because we all know Aaron Jones. Oh, and McBride. There you go. We all know Aaron Jones won't play more than 8 games this year. So he'll probably play 5 games, get hurt, come back, get hurt, something like that. But it's going to buy you some time for Jonah Coleman, Singleton, Vidal, Ollie Gordon, and Caleb Johnson. Maybe need an injury, or Caleb Johnson has a chance to move up the depth chart if he plays well. But the nice thing is you have that anchor running back in Jonathan Taylor, similar to the team we just built. I prefer having. I think my dream build is going running back, and then getting a guy like Kenneth Gainwell as my 3. And then I take all of the shots on the guys that are unknowns, right? Because the third running back in Kenneth Gainwell, as an example, is a guy that's going to get you a weekly floor of 7 to 8 points, which doesn't kill you week to week. And you're going to have 2 studs. And then you pound receiver in the middle rounds. That's, I think, ideal build for me. And I go late quarterback, late tight end. In a perfect world, that's the way I like to build these teams on Underdog for myself. Now, sometimes the board doesn't fall that way and you're just your hands forced. So your dream build should be my running back room. Yeah, I mean, Kyron isn't quite running back, but something like that. Yeah, JCM has upside. This is more like a team, like the way you started is more like a team. I'm not super high on James Cook personally, but the build, not so much the players. Not saying I hate the players, but that's the kind of build because you took the shots on Woody, Brian Robinson Jr., and Caleb Johnson and JCM. All 4 of those guys have some pretty big upside. So sweet. All right. Let's go back to our team one more time and graze it. Yeah, so it was similar to the team you just drafted, Mouth. Running backs are an issue, but I believe in Jonathan Brooks. I really do. I went back and watched his college film. Pretty goddamn good. Now, is he going to return to anything like that after the multiple ACLs? Who knows? I really hope so, but I don't think they're bringing in a running back in the draft. I think they're going to, they like Chuba Hubbard there. I think they still like Jonathan Brooks. I trust Jonathan Brooks much more than Trey Benson at this point. The letter grade on Mouse team, I'm going to give that a B. And that's even a more aggressive. This is even a more aggressive team than we just drafted. It's super aggressive. These running backs are it's the same situation we have. McBride, it's a very similar build. T. Higgins, Adunze, Marvin. We have Alec Pierce on both teams. The quarterbacks are a little bit questionable, but you have Josh Allen, so it really doesn't matter. I'll go B or B minus, but it's in the spirit of winning. This is a like a Ricky Bobby team, dude. Like, it would not surprise me if things go wrong, you get 10th. But if you just need to sneak in, top 2 sneaks into the playoff, and if you can sneak in there with the stacks you have and the running back, the volume of running backs you have, where any one of these guys could be a starter down the stretch. Now, if you have starting running backs on this team for your flex or even just your RB2 with Jonathan Taylor, it's lovely. It is absolutely lovely. What do you guys think in the chat? Is this I said B or B minus? All right, I'm going to play a clip real quick before we get off here. Let's see. I do have to go to the bathroom.
Stone shield potions should be... Oh, God. I'm going to have diarrhea again. You can't go to the bathroom. You're stacking Sunder armor. It's okay. Mom! Bathroom!
What, hon?
Bathroom! Bathroom!
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
All right, Kenny, drink your elixir of the mongoose. I'm now going to use Mocking Blow.
All right, gentlemen. We have Hetzer saying B. That's about right. Mouth, what would you give this team? It's a weird team. I don't know if you're a big fan of it. Dakota says B minus. If Taylor gets hurt, it's cooked. Yeah, if Taylor gets hurt. But again, like he's in these tournaments, if you play it safe, you might advance, but advancing just gets you your money back if you don't advance a second time. So you're playing it well. Like if I would hate this team for a single league format, like the sit and goes, where you're just playing against the other 11 people. I would absolutely hate this team for that format because there's so much volatility to this. You need a lot of stuff to happen. But for the exercise of the tournaments, the big tournaments, there's 180,000 people in these tournaments. There's not going to be a lot of teams like this. And the upside of these running backs, if Jonah Coleman goes to a good spot, if Marion Hampton gets hurt, if Devin Achane gets traded, if Caleb Johnson earns a role, if Singleton goes to a good spot, fucking amazing. B-. I was on the if Taylor gets hurt. I'm also thinking Love goes to New York. Man, that would just suck for Cam Scatterbo. And then that would kill Tyrone Tracy. And they like Tyrone Tracy. So I just don't know. They should take Sonny Styles, dude. Take Sonny or Caleb Downs. I'd take either of those guys. Harbaugh likes taking safeties. I know 5's early for a safety. People thought, I know Hamilton didn't go that high in the draft because it's 40 time. But if they had taken the Ravens or whoever had taken Kyle Hamilton at 5 that year, it would have been a good pick to this point. So I watched Caleb Downs' film today. Holy shit, dude. That guy his ball skills aren't elite. Not like Ed Reed or anything like that. He's fine. Ball skills are fine, but his playmaking ability, he breaks, the help he has in the run game, the way he diagnoses plays, his football IQ is an A+. And with his athleticism, like you don't see a lot of guys that pair football IQ and athleticism like that. So that's A+ level stuff. I think he can clean up the other stuff. So I would he better be a top 10 pick. Tennessee would be a great spot for Styles. I think also they'd want to help their rookie quarterback, and that both would help him because they'd get the defense off the field. So nice one, Rob. How are your ball skills? Pretty good. That actually reminds me of one of my favorite quotes of any movie in movie history. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, when John Candy's telling him that he plays with his balls a lot. And he's like, Larry Bird, you do more ball handling than Larry Bird. That's a good quote. So my ball skills are pretty good, man. I've only handled my own though. So I guess the verdict's out on other people's. I don't know. I'm going to be 38 on Thursday. So if I haven't handled other people's balls yet, I doubt it's going to happen, man. But I'll keep you updated in the chat on that one. And you'll be the first one to know, Dakota. I'll even send you a video. All right, guys. Great show. Appreciate you. Thank you, Mouth. Dakota. GT said prove it. Thank you, GT. All the Patreon peeps. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Central with the Chaz, a Dynasty Diner. Have not seen that young man in a while. It's going to be a good time. And then Thursday, a late show with Big Ray, a birthday show. We're getting fucked up. Like Louis C.K. said, live the second half guy. I love Louis C.K. Can't believe he almost got canceled. But you know what? Fuck it. All he did was just whip his dick out. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess you can't do that anymore. It wasn't nearly what Harvey Weinstein did. By the way, Harvey Weinstein, that little crazy fucking troll. He's worse than the trolls we have in here. All right. That's it for me, boys. We will see you guys tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central. Anything else you need to know? Any questions? Anything? Ask me in the Discord, guys. You know I'm always on there. Love your life. Stay positive. Respect each other. I'm out of here. Again, check out Downtown Sports Boys. The episode will be dropping soon. Check for the link in the Discord. They're going to be moving to YouTube soon, so that'd be an easy transition for all you guys to check them out every single Tuesday night. Thank you, Mouth. Love your life. Stay positive. Respect each other. Out of here. I'm out.
You just seem like a good dude. I thought I'd see if you want to grab a beer, that's all. I'm glad you called. We get home safe, Pistol.
You got it, Jobin.
I'm sorry, what? Nothing. Oh, what'd you say?
I don't know. You nicknamed me Pistol, and I just called you Jobin. It means nothing. I'm drunk. I'm gonna call a cab.
All right, man. You have my number, yeah? I got you stored in my iPhone. All right. If you need me, call, okay?
Oh, man, I'm golden.